The Stage Door Show, celebrating the independent artist. Hosted by Dave Hondel.
What's up? This your boy G Get Money, and you listening to The Stage Door Show with Dave Hondel.
I'm trying to figure you out. You just stop coming around. Can't stand to look at me now. Baby, I'm doing a drown. Going loco.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Stage Door Show tonight. This is Dave Hondel, and I am super excited tonight. I got G Get Money with me, hip-hop artist out of Chicago, man. G, how you doing tonight?
Man, I'm doing amazing, man. How about yourself?
Doing good. You know, trying to be creative during the quarantine. So how have you been doing during the quarantine yourself?
Man, really just staying safe, taking it serious, man, because this is a serious thing. A lot of people aren't taking it serious, but it's out here. It's real, and it's taking lives, and it's changing lives, and you know, really, I just been quarantined with my family, just working on myself and just growing more, just working on my talents and things of that nature, just getting stronger. So, you know, when everything's all over, I'm coming out as a new man and a new vision.
Have you been writing any new music during the quarantine?
Oh yeah, man. I actually wrote a song called Rona. It's actually talking about the frustrations of like what's going on in the world, and me just bringing awareness to what's going on, because a lot of people don't know about, you know, the coronavirus or how serious it is or how it's affecting people's lives. I actually did a TV interview for the town of Cicero recently about this pandemic, and the town president actually selected me to be the voice to lead and, you know, speak about these things in the town of Cicero, where I grew up at.
Oh man, that's incredible. I've been there myself. I used to work in Chicago, so I'm very familiar with that great city that you live in. And you know, unfortunately, Chicago's been really hard hit by the coronavirus, and the fact that you're doing this for the community, I mean, is really incredible. That, you know, it's you know, get out there in community and really kind of help your area with this. So that's awesome.
Man, I appreciate that, man. It means a lot.
You know, one of the things that, you know, I kind of have a bone to pick with you, man. I go around my house singing, "I'm so icy, I'm so icy, I'm so." And my wife was like, "You're not icy, you're not icy." I'm like, "Where's my wedding ring? I'm icy." Man, that song is, I love that song, man. The video is amazing. You know, you had featuring,
thank you so much.
Yeah, man, featuring Yung Joc from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and you guys went down to Atlanta and shot an amazing video. And talk about that song, really, and your collaboration with Yung Joc on that.
Well, really, Yung Joc, he came to a show called the Summer Wave Fest here in Chicago, and I had the opportunity to be on the same stage as him and met his managers and his camp. And you know, we kind of vibed, whatever. And then, like, when he went back to Atlanta, you know, I reached out to him and I sent him the song, and I asked him, man, it'll be, you know, I told him it'll be a blessing if he, you know, got on the song. And he was like, man, yeah, I'm rocking with your movement, you know, no hesitation.
Might be in a coma. Icy, I'm so icy, I'm so icy, I'm so icy. Look at this ice, look at this ice, look at this ice, look at this ice. I'm so icy, I'm so icy, I'm so icy, I'm so icy. Look at my ice, look at my ice, look at my ice, look at my ice. Yeah, VVS is on my knee. Bad bitches wanna lean. Drippin', drippin' like the sink. All this ice will make you blink. You can hear the money talking, baby. I ain't even gotta speak.
You know, he just wrote his verse, and then after he wrote his verse, it was so hot, man. We drove all the way down to Atlanta to film that in one day and shot back right here. And we got it on YouTube. World Star picked it up. It just started taking flight, man, and it's still taking flight.
Reach for it, be on a milk carton or a piece of paper like a lost kitten. Rush 2 Chainz to ICU. When he saw me, he got frostbitten. Let a promoter promote my name and watch how they bitches be popping out. See all of my diamond be hands.
So shout out to Yung Joc, very humble dude. He is on Love and Hip Hop, and for people that don't know who he is, he's a legend to me. He had that song "It's Going Down." He had Coffee Shop. I mean, the list goes on. He's amazing, man. He was signed with Bad Boys.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say, history of Bad Boy Entertainment, a lot of different big labels, and with Diddy and a lot of people. So I mean, and loving hip hop Atlanta. He's like my wife's favorite person on that show. So I mean, I think he is really out there, and
Yep.
and the fact that you had him on your album, that was kudos to you and your team for that. The fact that you're amazing. I mean, the song was amazing, and also Loco. It's one of the songs that I believe puts you on the map, so to speak. You gained a lot of fans from that song, right?
Yes, I did. I already had like a growing buzz because of the things I've been doing around Cicero in Chicago. But I had wrote a song called Loco, which was about one of my relationships that didn't go well. So I wrote about it because that's the best thing I know how to do, is write about something when that's the best way I know how to be expressive, is to write about it.
I'm trying to figure you out. You just stop coming around. Can't stand to look at me now. Baby, I'm doing a drown. Going loco. I got my head in the clouds. I was so scared to look down. Baby, I want you right now. I'm going loco. I don't know why you changed up. Now you acting like a stranger. You don't want none of my love. You got me going loco. You used to hug and just kiss on my body. Now you just act like that you know nobody. You got me going loco. Give me one chance, baby, we can start over. Sipping on this Henny, man, I hate being sober. Now I'm about to roll up. Ever since you left, everything moving slower. Damn, you was thirsty to call, but now I can't get a call from you at all. And I know I ain't perfect, baby, I have my flaws. And if loving you is wrong, then I'm breaking the law.
So, I wrote the song, had a nice little vibe. I didn't think it was going to do nothing. I just put it out just because I wanted to, put it up. I put it on Facebook. It got 16,000 views in one day. So radio stations started blowing me up. Radio personalities started blowing me up. Club owners started requesting me. So, man, it just started going crazy after that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great song. I've actually heard that song prior to even listening to your stuff for this research on the show. But that's good stuff out there. And also your talent landed you roles in a couple hit TV shows, like one being Empire and also Chicago Fire. I mean, talk about that experience being on Chicago Fire and Empire.
Yes, sir. Well, I've been into entertainment my whole life since I was like 5 years old. Thanks to my mom, she's a music head, and she loves entertainment. So when she seen like a little spark in me as a star, she started molding me and putting me into acting classes and stuff like that. So I got with an agency here in Chicago, and one of my agents sent me on a audition, which had about plus people to audition for the part. And I thought I wasn't gonna get it because when I went in there, I blew it. I blew like my first part of my audition, but I kept going, and I was like, man, there's no way they're gonna call me. Man, I got a call the next morning, and I beat out like 300 people. So that was a blessing in disguise. And after that, Empire and Chicago Fire, they film in the same building. They have the same facility. So they, me doing my networking, I'm talking to people as I'm there, and switched information, and that's how I got the Empire role.
Well, that's incredible. Yeah, I mean, you just never know. I think that's good for our listeners out there that are independent artists that, I get thinking frustrated with, the audition process, and especially in New York, Chicago, all the big cities, LA, when you're up against, hundreds of other people, maybe even thousands of other people, but if you don't show up, you don't get it, period.
Yes,
so
sir.
The fact that you show up and audition, right? I mean, even if you don't think you did good, and I think the best people, some of the most talented people, have their moments where, especially creative people like you, where, singers and whatever they do, they, I think you're the hardest on yourself, I think, a lot of times. And
Yep.
Right. And so you think you blow an audition and maybe somebody else loved it. You just never know. So you have to show up and do the work.
Most definitely, man. That's great advice that you already, took right out of my mouth, man. It's just, like, you don't know what you're gonna get unless you try it. Don't ever think that it's not possible. I mean, anything is possible as long as you believe it's possible. So
yeah, while we're on that topic, for our younger artists out there that haven't been in the music game as long as you have, and maybe they don't have a management team like you, and what kind of advice can you give some of our younger artists out there? We have a lot of young hip hop artists that listen to our show, so talk to them out there about what is your biggest piece of advice that you can give them?
My biggest piece of advice is ownership. Own everything that you do. Create your own buzz. Don't wait for somebody to put you on. Put yourself on. Because a lot of people will procrastinate because it's not them. You, like you said earlier, you're your biggest critic. So you have to be your own boss as well. Like everything you have to be self-made. Self-made is the biggest advice I can give anybody. Yes, you still can collaborate, network, but at the end of the day, build your own empire. Own your music, own your masters, own your label. It's easy. Do the research. I got my own label now, so things have changed because they see that, like when they see that you don't need them, they want to work with you more. So own everything. Yeah. Be your own boss.
So that's good. That's really good advice. And also, talk about your influences. I mean, what got you into this game? I mean, what got you to pick up a microphone and start rapping? I mean, what was your influence when you were growing up?
Man, like I'm very versatile. As you can see, like I rap and I sing, so it's many influences that I had growing up, man. I'm a 90s baby, so growing up, I was listening to Michael Jackson. I was listening to Cisco, Drew Hill, Brian McKnight. Man, the list goes on. 112, the rap game, Eminem, Lil Wayne, Meek Mill, Ludacris, Twista, Shauna, everybody in Chicago. I mean, just, man, you gotta just take a piece of, like, if you see what I do is when I see somebody doing great, I study them because they made it for a reason, and they're in that spot for a reason. So you got to take note from the greats and the people that made it. So
never stop learning, right?
Yep.
Never stop learning.
Yep.
What sets you apart? I mean, if the hip hop game is so saturated and out there, and there's so many. You got East Coast rap, West Coast rap, some of the people from the South, but being in the Midwest, I mean, what kind of sets you apart in that city or in that area that where people? What's going to make people listen to G Get Money as opposed to the hundreds of other rappers that are on the radio?
My movement is what's going to make people listen, because, of course, everybody loves to do music. Everybody's artistic. My movement in the Midwest is different because I believe in helping out and looking out for, the next man. I believe in unity. I believe in helping my community. That's what's going to set me apart, because a lot of artists that are out right now, no disrespect to anybody, but they don't give back. Right. They don't get involved with the communities, and that's what's going to set me apart, because and also owning my own label. A lot of artists don't even know about that. You don't even have to have a song on the radio to make money. You don't have to have a song on the radio to be rich. Tech Nine, he doesn't have a song on the radio at all, but one of the richest rappers. Nobody knows that.
Right.
It's different. There's so many ways you can make money off your music. So don't even think you have to be the hottest. You don't have to be the Drake. You don't have to be the Wayne. No, you don't have to do any of that. You could be as rich as them without being in the spotlight.
I mean, things have changed dramatically over the last 10 years. I mean, you said you were a 90s baby, so you've seen it evolve, where, going to recording studios is no longer, first of all, it's not only a thing to do, but it's not feasible to do it anymore, because a lot of studios are shuttered down and they don't even exist anymore. And, you can do work from your own home with the same or better quality than you do going in working with an engineer you've never worked with before. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, it's to own your own label and to own your own, or to have your own recording studio and to work out of your house. I mean, it's almost better, right?
Yeah, that's always better. I mean, I've been working out of my house since I was 11. So I mean, when I still go to studios here and there just for the, the vibe and to, meet new people. But the best music that I've ever made was me in my house by myself, no distractions, me not trying to impress anybody. It's just me and the mic.
Yeah, and I mean, I agree with that, and I want to just kind of preface this by saying, no disrespect to the recording studios, because I've been in the business for 25 years and worked with a lot of people in R&B and gospel, and who still go to the recording studios, and I still have a lot of friends that do work in recording studios. So again, no disrespect to the recording studios, but like I said, with the evolution of the business, I think that it's almost, like I said, just as easy to do it in your own home or have somebody come in with you and work with you, or a producer to do it in your own home. So again, I just want everybody listening out there, no disrespect to anybody that has recording studios, because I love recording studios, and it's actually kind of sad and a shame that a lot of them are closing down. But I think it's because of the evolution of the business that they are shutting down, and of course they, some of them can't make it.
And that goes to say that the reason they're closing down is because everybody's starting to be more conscious. They're starting to be more like. They're starting to own their own things. You know what I'm saying? Once you start learning how to do things yourself, the services that you acquire, they cease to exist. Like the labels with the distribution, you can get your own distribution now. You don't have to go to the labels. You can sign up for your own distribution and get the same distribution that Drake, Wayne, everybody has.
Right. And make money and make more money, right? Because you're not paying. It's all of, and like you said earlier, when you're giving advice, I mean, it's all about owning your own. I had Denise Williams and Roosevelt George, and these are all Grammy-nominated, Grammy-winning artists. That first thing they said was exactly what you said: own your own music, own your own label, copyright everything that you have, because you never know. With all the hundreds and thousands of people out there doing music, you never know who's going to try to steal your music or try to steal, whatever melodies or whatever you're doing. So it's a smart thing to own everything that you have. So that's great advice. The other thing is, I know you have some new projects coming up, or talking about some of the new things that you have that our listeners can find in the near future.
At the moment, I'm working on an EP. It's going to feature some major artists. I can't speak about that right now because it's confidential until we, settle everything out. But one person I probably can mention is Fat Joe. We're trying to put something together for this for actually Loco. He's trying to get on the remix for Loco. So hopefully that goes as planned. I got a couple of other party tracks, Caribbean tracks, just some stuff that's uplifting and just to get us out of these miserable times right now, man, and just get us back partying. So when America opens back up or the world opens back up, it's time to party, and that's when I'm gonna drop the EP.
Yeah, we need that right now, right? We need it. That's Fat Joe, man. That's huge. That's great. You've gotten a lot of influential people on your tracks, which obviously is going to help your career. But again, I think also they're lucky to have you on their in their projects as well, because listening to your music, I mean, there's not one track I don't like. So it's amazing what you're putting out. You're putting out some really good tracks out there. So what kind of message do you want people to hear in your music? I mean, because some of it's personal, but what are some of the message that you want your listeners to take out of your projects?
To be yourself, to find what like to reach inside your soul and your heart and pull out who you want to be. Try to be what the world wants you to be. Don't try to follow the trends, because if you follow the trends, you will disappear with the trends. My label is called No Gravity. Gravity itself is the force that attracts you down to the center of the earth or to a surface, right? By simply placing no in front of gravity, gravity does not exist. So you can do anything, you can be anything you want to be, you can go anywhere you want to be, you can talk about anything you want to be, and that goes with ownership. If you own your own stuff, you can say whatever you want to say. If somebody else owns part of you, you have to listen to what they want you to say.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense, man. That's a great message to give, and I think a lot of times when I ask that question, I get a lot of I don't really know, just the music, the vibe. But I mean, you really truly have a message, and I can see that in your music. So keep up the great work, and I just basically want to find, how can people find you? I mean, I know you have social media. I've seen you on social media. So what are some of your sites that people can look you up?
Well, Instagram and Facebook, you can find me at GeeGetMoney1. That's GeeGetMoney1. G Get Money #1.
Awesome. All right. Yeah. I mean, everybody that's listening right now, you have to go check this guy out. He's amazing. As I was telling you before, my wife. My wife and I listen to your stuff all the time, and I literally walk around the house singing "I'm So Icy." I can't get that song out of my head. I really can't get it out of my head. It's really funny.
Let's go.
She's laughing at me. But all right, man. Well, let me tell you, I appreciate you coming on the Stage Door Show. I mean, it was really enlightening. I know for a lot of our newer artists and also a lot of our hip hop artists and just music fans out there that we have listening. So I can't thank you enough for jumping on tonight. And best of luck to you in your future. When you have new stuff, please come on the show again and promote it, because we can't wait to have you on the show again. So just reach out anytime, man. You're always welcome on my show.
Man, most definitely. And thank you. You don't even have to thank me, because you did me a huge, huge one. I appreciate you doing this for artists. I'm going to thank you for them as well. It's hard to get the exposure that we want to get. And by you having me on the show, that tells me a lot about your movement. I'm not all the way up. I'm not all the way big yet, but you still, had me on the show. So appreciate you, because a lot of radio stations rejected us because we weren't as big as the Taylor Swift or the big name. So thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
Anytime, man. It's our pleasure. And again, you're welcome on the show anytime. And also to your management team, everybody that's on your team, and everybody's, second to none, top notch people. So, I like I said, you're always welcome here, and just keep reaching out. So anyway, but again, stay safe during this pandemic that we're going on. We can't wait to hear the new music, and best of luck to you and everybody in your family. So, and I hope you have a great night.
Thank you so much, brother.
Yeah, my hand on the Bible. I swear I'ma make it, I promise you haters, and that shit is final. Upon my arrival, I gotta get down on one knee, and I gotta just pray for my rivals. Look at them all in denial. They know I go crazy, go psycho. They didn't expect my survival. I was just caught in a spiral. Yeah, I know that it's fake when they smile. I tell them to